There's a quote that says, "You will regret the silence more than the mistakes." And I really like this quote because it talks about something that I talk to people about all the time in therapy, which is the things that we don't say or the things that we don't do. We often regret those more than the actual things that we have done. And it's interesting when you think about why that might be. So let's break it down. You'll regret the silence more than the mistakes. So the first part of that is you will regret the silence. Now, what does it mean to regret the silence? Well, there's a few different ways to look at that. One way is that maybe you stayed silent when you should have spoken up. Maybe you had something to say, but you decided not to say it. And by staying silent, by not speaking up, you allowed something to continue, or you allowed something to happen that you did not want to continue or you didn't want to happen. And because you were silent, now there's this big giant snowball of emotions that have built up inside of you. Whether it's anger or resentment or frustration, that now you're having to carry around with you wherever you go. Because whenever that thing that you didn't speak up about pops into your head, all of those negative feelings come to the surface. Another way to look at the silence is that maybe you wish you had asked for help, or you wish you had reached out to somebody, or you wish you had told somebody how you felt, but you didn't. And by you not doing that, by you staying silent, it caused you to suffer alone, caused you to go through whatever it was that you were going through by yourself. And it's in those moments where we realize that we're not alone. Like we're not meant to go through things alone. We're meant to lean on other people. We're meant to lean on our friends, our family members, our partners. But in those moments where we stay silent, we often feel very alone, even when we're surrounded by people. Now, the second part of that quote is, "You'll regret the silence more than the mistakes." Now, why does it say that? Why do you think that is? I think that is because when we make mistakes, when we mess up, we feel terrible, feel this immediate sense of remorse or guilt or shame. But then usually after that, that feeling passes. We learn from our mistakes and we move forward. But when we stay silent, when we do not speak up, when we should have, or when we don't do something when we should have, we don't get that immediate sense of relief that we usually get when we apologize to somebody or when we make amends with somebody. Instead, we are left with this long-term suffering that we have to carry around with us until we either speak up or until we do something. And sometimes it takes a really long time for us to work up the courage to speak up or to take that leap of faith and do something. And by that time, that snowball of emotions has gotten so huge and heavy that it feels way worse than if you'd just said sorry or done what you needed to do in the first place. It's like carrying around a weight you don't need. I hope that makes sense. This idea that you will regret the silence more than the mistakes is one of the reasons why. I encourage people to be more open and honest and vulnerable with themselves and with others. Yes, it's scary to speak up. It's scary to tell people how you feel. It's scary to ask for help. But the alternative is having to carry around this heavy load by yourself. Wondering what could have been? Wondering if things would have been different if you had just said something? And in reality, the only way to find out is to take that leap of faith, to do the thing that scares you and to see what happens. Because a lot of times when we do the things that scare us, that's when we grow. That's when we expand. That's when we learn more about ourselves, and we become more confident and more capable. And sure, you might mess up along the way. You might regret some of the things that you say or do, but you will learn from that and you'll move forward. And ultimately, you won't regret it because you've got to experience life on your terms instead of letting life just happen to you. So I hope that helps. If you liked that video, please subscribe and I will see you next time.